Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Can you all tell me if I'm audible or not? Hello, hello, hello. You can. Hello, Farzana. How are you? We'll wait for our students, then we'll start it. It's good to know, Farzana. I'm also good. So, I'm good. Thank you so much. So, how are you, everyone? And sorry I could not take last week. I had some urgent work came up on Sunday. That's why I have scheduled your class on Saturday. So I hope you all are okay and you all are doing your work honestly, dedicatedly. Uh, Thank you, Shal. Yes, I'm feeling better. How are you? Thank you. Okay. So we'll wait. We have 2 to 3 minutes. Let's see who can join us in this live session. Today we are going to cover sixth week, and soon your session is going to end. And I hope you all are learning, you all are improving your skills. I hope there is no, your session, your class is going smoothly, your university is treating you well, and you're enjoying your learning. Uh, Thank you, Farzana. I hope you'll achieve what you want in your life. Okay, so shall we start our session for today, or we should wait for other students? Because I can see only 5 students are here, and let's wait for them. Okay, now we are six. Let's wait for 1 minute, 1 more minute. Okay. So, how was a week? What you did? Tell me about it. How was the last week? And have you planned anything for this week, or do you have any plans for this week? You can share it. We can talk about it until our students, our classmates will join us. Oh, Shal is saying he missed me. Okay. Thank you so much. I miss you all. And trust me, it was really difficult for me to cancel the class. So I'm so grateful that you all are here and still believing in me. And thank you. Okay. So now we can start our class. We have waited so long. I'll start with sharing my PPT with you of sixth week. So let's begin. Uh, I hope this is visible for everyone. Is this visible? Please tell me. Okay. Okay. So in sixth week, we are going to cover editing your work and refining your skills. So we have come so far and we are covering sixth week in this live session. we have covered every single aspect from your syllabus that is mentioned for your particular week. So let's see what we are going to cover. First, we are going to recap our fifth week, what we have learned last week, and I'm sorry I could not take it, but still you all have learned a lot. So we can, revise it. We can ask questions about it. So please don't hesitate if you have any questions. Last week we covered compare and contrast essays. We learned how to structure essays that shows essays that show similarities and differences between two subjects. Thesis statements. We practice writing clear thesis statements for clear and contrast essays. Organization pattern. We explore. Hello, Syed. How are you? Organization patterns. We explored point by point and block method for organizing comparative essays. We used transition words like similarly, however, in contrast. And I would like to say, like, three students replied me here: Syed, Fazana, and Vishal. I have checked your assignments, and they're so great. You are improving your writing skills, and the topic that is given to you, you are improving yourself day by day. I'm so glad to see that. And those who are here, 10 students are here, please write your name so I can call out your name and give you feedback about your assignments, because I've given you the feedback on your assignment portal, but I want you to interact with me, and I can also give you feedback about it. Okay, so I'm so happy that you are doing amazing job. Okay, so last week we covered, you all have learned compared and contrast essays, thesis statements, organization patterns, transition words, written assignments. Like you completed a compare and contrast essay on the topic of your choice. So Syed is saying, thanks a lot, Miss. You have been a great help and inspired us all immensely. Thank you so much, Syed. You all are my inspiration. So how you are interacting with me, how you are attending my sessions, it's truly inspired me. So if you are here, I can only conduct my online class, and you all are motivating me. So I am grateful that you all are my students, and you are learning with full dedication, your full energy. So I'm so happy for you, all of you. Okay, so this week, in sixth week, you will pair assess your classmates, compare contrast essays from week 5. So keep those skills fresh in your mind. So if you have learned like contrast and compare skills, please keep contrast and compare in your mind. So you can imply these skills in sixth week also. Okay. So let's start with what we will learn in this week, in sixth week. Reading. That is the story that is given by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and grammar, writing skills, vocabulary, listening skills. Basically, we are going to explore we are going to talk about all the skills that you're going to use in your writing, reading, and listening. Okay, so why is this important? This week is important for editing, is one of the most crucial skills for any writer. So like if you have written any set of paragraphs or any set of lines, and you know how to edit them, then you can easily improve your writing. Even professional authors revise their work multiple times. This week, you will learn systematic strategies to improve your writing and catch errors before submission. So, in this week, you're going to learn about, basically, the main thing that you're going to learn is editing. Next is, what would be the learning objective for this? By the end of this week, you will be able to develop skills for editing your writing, identify common errors in your work. use systematic editing strategies, improve clarity and flow. Basically, what happens when we are going to cover this develop skills for editing your writing, because when we are writing or when we are paraphrasing, that we are taking anything from online and we are paraphrasing it, that means that you know how to edit your content, right? So we are going to learn in this week. Use commas effectively in your writing. Uh, Usually we do this mistake in our writing, that we are putting commas where it is not needed, and we are avoiding commas where it is needed. So we are going to learn how to apply commas rule correctly and improve sentence readability, and understand and compare complex topics. We are going to understand and compare complex topics in this week, analyze the concept of single stories, reflect on stereotypes in your own life, use vocabulary related to lifestyles and current events, prepare for final exams. Basically, we are also going to talk about final exam in this session. So stay in this class and keep learning. Okay, so in sixth week, the first topic is vocabulary. We are going to discuss about the vocabulary related to current life, current affairs, and lifestyles. So this week's vocabulary focuses on words that help you describe different cultures, lifestyles, and current events. These words will appear in your reading and listening activities. So be careful that these vocabulary is going to you'll going to read in your reading and in your listening activities. So what would be the key activities? The key activities would be a category would be like a cultural concept. There will be vocabulary related to cultural. Hello, Bikash. How are you? Okay, so these would be the category related to cultural concepts, social issues, personal attitudes, description words. So, what would be the cultural concepts? Would be like stereotype, traditional, conventional, contemporary. These vocabulary related to cultural, and social issues like poverty, immigration, consequence, and debate. Personal attitude, pity, reject, emphasize, and justify. Description words would be like representative, dependent, and concise. These are the categories and the examples of related vocabulary that is you're going to see in your reading and listening activities. Okay, so I would give you the study tip. Create flashcard of each vocabulary word. Write the word on one side and definition with an example sentence on the other. Review these daily. Actually, if you want to develop your vocabulary skills, you have to use these vocabulary in your daily sentences, in your daily life. You're talking to me, you're talking to your siblings, your friends, your family, or even if you're not talking to anyone, just uh, talk to yourself, and you're revising your vocabulary which is given in your reading and skills, reading and listening activity. That's how you can develop good vocabulary. Understood? So now let's move forward. So vocabulary in context, I've used these vocabulary in sentences. Please pay attention. Understanding through examples. So stereotype, you must have all heard about this word stereotype. What does it mean? So, a widely held but fixed and oversimplified image or idea of a particular type of person or thing. You can read it like many times if you're not getting it. A widely, a widely held but fixed and oversimplified image or idea of a particular type of person or thing. Got it? What is the example of this? The stereotype that all teenagers are irresponsible is unfair and inaccurate. So a stereotype is basically what you have been following through blindly. Like a stereotype that there was a culture and you have been following it blindly without any fact, without any rational knowledge, without you are not you don't know about the detail of this cultural thing, of this behavior, but still you're following it. That is social, that is cultural vocabulary, which is stereotype. Usually we say that this is very stereotype behavior, like you're doing that same thing that has been following through, like following since ages. Like there's no proof, there is no concept, there's no rational thinking, but still you're following it. That's what we call stereotype. And example you can see here, the stereotype that all teenagers are irresponsible. This is only myth. That's not true that all teenagers are irresponsible. You'll see like some teenagers are more responsible than adults. So this is like how the set of behavior has been following since ages. That's what we called stereotype. And next is contemporary. This is adjective word. Definition is living or occurring at the same time, modern or current. Contemporary music reflect the diverse culture of our modern world. Contemporary means like living and occurring at the same time, modern or current. Like you are uh, you, you're following modern things in this modern era. That is called contemporary. Like you're stepping, you are matching your step with the modern things, like you are doing contemporary behavior. Like contemporary music reflect the diverse culture of our modern world, right? In which you will find the diversity, but still it would be like cultural appropriate, right? Next is immigration. You all have, I'm sure that you all have heard about that immigration word. The action of coming to live permanently in a foreign country. So immigration policies affect millions of families around the world. So basically are you from, and you are shifting to the foreign country, which does not belong to you, to your ancestors, to your grandfathers. You just shift your way, house of living. That is what we call immigration. Like I left my birthplace and I started my new life in foreign country. That's how I will call, like I'm an immigrant. Okay, so this is called immigration. Next is reading. Your reading topic is the danger of a single story. And the writer of this, the danger of a single story, is by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Ngozi Adichie. So this is your writer. When you identify the story with the by the writer, that who wrote it, that's how you will like see yourself, that how effective your writing, your reading, your story, that you can identify your writer. So please be focused and try to remember writer's name. So what is this article about? Chimamanda is a Nigerian author who shared her personal experiences with stereotypes and the danger of having only one perspective about people, places, or culture. So Chinamanda basically focuses on her personal experience, what she experienced in her lifetime, and she is worried that this uh, stereotype and the danger of having only one perspective about people, places, or culture. Now, this is really dangerous situation when you are thinking one thought about a community, about people, about places, and about culture. This is called stereotype. What example I can give? If you can give me one example or any example that you have seen in your surrounding, what kind of stereotype is your neighborhood is following, your family, you yourself is following? So uh, try to tell me that story, because This is very sensitive topic, but when we learn, when we educate ourselves, so this is a responsibility to open our mind and come out from those stereotypes, right? So while we are reading something or learning something and talking to your lecturers and talking to your professors, it is your job that you are opening from your mind. You are flexible from your mind, that what are the cultures and what are the thinkings that has been following since ages, and now it is a chance for you that you can change it. You have your own thinking, and you have that courage to change this stereotype. So this is a story written by Chimamanda, and it is about stereotype. So, key concept: what is a single story? A single story is when we know only one narrative about a person, place, or culture. This incomplete picture creates stereotypes and prevents us from seeing the full and complex reality. That I've been telling you since beginning, that stereotypes only creates when we are only telling one single story. My side of story is true, this is a stereotype. But when I'm seeing all the perspective, all the people perspective, all around perspective from the world, from the people, from different cultures, from different religion, and I'm accepting it, that's how we are breaking stereotype. Example: if you only watch news about negative events in a country, you might think that all there is to that place, missing the beautiful culture, happy people, and positive developments. That's true. This is the biggest example I can give. You all have, we all have this habit of like watching news in the morning or anytime you get the time, and you see what's going in my country. I want to be updated what's the development is going on. But you all have seen that all the news anchors are more emphasizing on negative events, like that this is the biggest example that our anchors are not spreading positivity and not looking all the development things and all the cultural beautiful uh, development and the happy people, and they're just narrating a negative event about the country. This is called a stereotype behavior. Okay, next is how to read this story, this article: reading strategies for academic text. First reading, get the main idea, read through completely without stopping, don't worry about every word, ask what's the author's main message. So these are the reading strategies you can follow. Read through complete without stopping, don't worry about every word, ask what's the author's main message. Second reading, take notes, highlight key passages, write questions in the margin, note examples and stand out. Third reading, deep understanding, look for unfamiliar words, connect ideas to your own experience, prepare to discuss in the forum. Okay, when you read something like some article, try to read it first, like all complete in a one go. Try to read it in a one go, then don't worry about the words. Try to focus on the article and the story that is and the message is given by this article, and then uh, try to develop all the questions that you're getting from this article. Try to use yourself, try to ask yourself, and write all the unfamiliar words. That's how you can develop your vocabulary. Okay, next is key theme in the danger of a single story. Early influence shape our perception. Adichie explains how reading only British and American books as a child made her believe all books had to be about foreign experiences, not her own Nigerian lives. So this is how stereotype that when she started his journey, she started with British and American books, and that stereotype developed in in her mind that all books had to be about foreign experience, but not about her own country. Okay, so so single story creates stereotypes. Adichie example, she only knew that her house boy Fida's family was poor, but she visited them and saw a beautiful basket they made. She was surprised because she could not see them as anything but poor. So, so this is the example that you can take if you don't know about other perspective and you're following that that her houseboy Fida family was poor, and she did not know about the creativity about that boy's family. Okay, so that's how she broke this stereotype, and she could see that they were not poor, they were talented, they are creative, they have different perspective to live their life, so we cannot call them poor. So poor determines which story sorry power determines which story are told. Those with power decide which story become dominant. This is why we often hear more stories from some cultures than other. That I have been telling you, that if there is some powerful country in our world existed, and they set some examples like this is the true example of power, this is the true example of democracy, culture, behavior, and like everything they said. So all the low those who are not powerful as much as they are, they try to follow it. Like if they are powerful, we call it powerful, then they try to follow it, right? So power determines which stories are told. So this is called stereotype. So we all are guilty of single stories. Even Adichie admits she had single story about Mexicans before visiting Mexico. We all made these mistakes, and this is human behavior. Like if we belong to certain culture in certain country, we're going to support it. And if we have not visited to different country, to other country, we are not going to see their reality, their beautiful culture, their beautiful behavior, their beautiful development. And we made a thought related to all the text existing knowledge, right? So these are the themes of this story. The danger of a single story is early influence shape our perception. Single stories create stereotype. Power determines which stories are told, and we all are guilty of a single story. These four are the themes of the danger of a single story. And next skill is listening. Worldview voyages. Can anyone tell me the meaning of voyages? If you know, Eleanor, it's okay. I'm glad you're here. How are you? So, if you, those who are here, please try to tell me the meaning of voyages. I will call out your name: Vishal, Farzana, Syed, Bikash, Eleanor. This is your listening skill, and the topic is Worldview Voyages, a travel agency commercial. What will you hear? This is a commercial of a travel agency that offers a different kind of vacation experience, one that emphasizes cultural understanding and avoiding stereotype. This is Farzana, you're absolutely right. Very good. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so this listening skills, Worldview Voyages is this is a commercial for a travel agency that offers a different kind of vacation experiences, one that is emphasizes cultural understanding and avoiding stereotype. Basically, this story is a commercial of a travel agency So listening strategies, while you will listen to this story, you should adapt this strategies so you can make it more effective. Okay. First, listen. Get the general idea. What is this company selling? I've written the theme. What is this company selling and what is its main goal? But try to listen to yourself so you can listen, you can develop your listening skills. Okay. So get the general idea. What is this company selling? Second, listen. Take note on specific details. And what would be these details? What makes this company different? What services do they offer? What vocabulary words from this week do you hear? Third, listen. Check your understanding and answer comprehension questions. So while you will learn, you will listen this story, this commercial, a travel agency commercial. So try to understand all, like, what is the general idea, what is this company selling, and take notes on specific details. This is important. What makes this company different? You all have, like, we heard, like, when we open our social media, when we open any website, we see there's an agency who's like offering different offers. How this company is different? What services do they offer? What vocabulary words from this week do you hear? And check your understanding and answer comprehension questions. Notice how this commercial relates to the reading. It's about avoiding stereotypes and seeing the full picture of a culture. So this commercial is all about avoiding stereotype and seeing the full picture. And last story was related how Adichie was influenced with this stereotype culture and behavior. That was reading. Next, we have completed our reading and listening activity. Now we came on grammar using commas effectively. Okay, I'm sure that you all are writing something like on WhatsApp, on Insta, on Facebook. You are socially active and you are structuring your sentences, and uh, I'm sure you don't notice about where you have to use your commas and where you have to avoid it. So today we are going to learn how we can use these commas and why are commas important. Okay. So commas are like traffic signals in your sentences. They they tell readers when to pause and help group ideas together. Without commas, sentences can be confusing. Okay. So if you're writing in a like running structure, you're writing a sentence in a running structure and you're not putting any comma or any punctuation, then it would be like very confusing sentence. Okay. See the difference. Without comma, let's eat grandma, and with comma, let's eat grandma. So you speak yourself and see the difference. Okay. Here, let's eat grandma. So this is really like a confusing statement. And here it's like polite one. Let's eat grandma. So that is like these commas save grandma from being eaten. Okay. Like here you can see that let's eat grandma. So you are just saying let's all go together and eat grandma. That's this doesn't make any sense. But if I put here an comma, let's eat grandma, that means that I'm talking to my grandma and I'm suggesting us to uh, have food. Like, okay. So what commas do? Single pause in sentences, show how ideas are grouped, separate parts that would otherwise run together, make writing clearer and easier to read. So these are the things that why these are the things we need to avoid uh, with the help of comma. Single pauses in one sentences show how ideas are grouped. Separate parts that would otherwise run together make writing clearer and easier to read. Okay, and next is comma rule number one. After introductory ideas, use a comma after introductory word, phrases, or clauses. So, example, whenever I eat pasta, I think of my vacation in Rome. If you if you ever need help with an assignment, email the instructor. After the war ended, the civilians returned home to rebuild their life. Although the economy rebounded after the recession, many people still stuffed from lost wealth. So I'll give you this task. Please try to write a sentence where you can use your comma in a right place. Okay. So first read this. Use a comma after introductory words, phrases, or clauses. So whenever I eat pasta, this all like an introductory word. You can see all the introductory words here. After that sentence, we use comma. Okay. Why this works? The comma give the comma gives readers a moment to process the introductory information before moving to the main idea of a sentence. Read this line why this work, and after read all this example. Like whenever I eat pasta, I think of my vacation in Rome. Like it could be anything. Whenever I eat pasta, I think of my vacation in Rome. Or whenever I eat pasta, I remember about my holidays. Like it could be anything. You can change all the senses. But this introductory would be it will not affect. That's how we put comma here. Okay. If your sentence start with words like when, if, after, although, because, since, or while, you probably need a comma after the introductory clause. Okay, so this is like after the long meeting, everyone wanted to go home. I think after the long meeting, everyone wants to go home because you cannot use past sentence in present sentence. You have used wanted and go together. Farzana, your comma structure is really correct. Like you have understood this topic, but I would like to correct your sentence also. After the long meeting, everyone wants to go home. Okay. I mean, you can also say that everyone wanted to go home. That's also correct. There's no problem. Yeah, that's right, Farzana. Although I just finished having my dinner, I'm still hungry. Okay. So, although I've just finished my dinner, I'm still hungry. That would be the correct structure. But you have used the comma on right place, Eleanor. I'm really happy. But the sentence structure would be although I've just I have just finished dinner. Like having my dinner is not correct. Like I have just finished my dinner. That means dinner is like doing some activity, like eating food, eating your meal at night time. This is whole structure. Okay, Eleanor, it's not like having my food would be correct, but having my dinner is not correct sentence. Got it? Very good. You all have attempted, and I'm so happy. Okay, Farzana corrected. I'm so Thank you so much, Fazana. Okay, let's move forward. So, if you have, you still have any doubt, you can take screenshot of this PPT, and you can all see like these are the words like with words like when, if, after, although, because, since, or while. When you see your introductory words start with when, if, after, although, because, since, or while, you probably need a comma after these words because these are the introductory words. Okay, so keep remember that that would really easy that will really easy your work. Next, rule number 2, separating descriptive phrases. Use commas to set off extra information that describes. Like if we're putting lots of information in a one sentence, we separates with a comma. Okay? Example, the old man suffering from fatigue and dehydration could barely talk. Like you all have seen that when we use like and then but when we are finishing our end word, we use comma. First comma and dehydration. I'll explain it. I'm not sure if you all got it or not. Let's see examples first. Okay. So the old man suffering from fatigue and dehydration could barely talk. Mr. Livingston, professor of history at the university, lectured on challenges facing the 21st century. You see there here, Dr. Livingston, comma, professor of history at the university. Like we are explaining here about the Dr. Livingston, her name, I mean his name or the or the profession. Okay, that's how we separate it with comma. My grandmother, who is one of the kindest person I have ever met, would often send bags of food home with the children. The child the child was afraid of large animals such as bears and tigers. So, if you can remove the information between the commas and the sentences still make sense, you have used commas correctly. Okay. So let me explain this to you. If you will remove these commas here, two commas in first sentence, it will still make the sense. But if you'll use the commas, it will ease up the sentence and also it would be easy to read it out loud. Like the old man, you're taking the pause here, suffering from fatigue and dehydration, could barely talk. Like if we'll remove these commas, like the old man suffering from fatigue and dehydration could barely talk, still makes sense. But if we'll use these commas, it will make your sentence correct, right? Your punctuation, you're using your punctuation in a correct place. That's how you know you know about it. Okay. The test, if you can remove the information between, okay, I told you that. Example, Dr. Livingston lectured on the challenges facing the 21st century. Still makes sense. Still makes sense. Like if you see like professor of history at the university, you have removed all the unnecessary information from the sentence, it's still making the sense. Okay, sorry, let's see. Okay, rule number 3, joining complete sentences. Use a comma before conjunctions and, but, or, so when joining two complete sentences. Examples, I often wondered if my hard work in college was worth at the effort, but then I graduated and landed the perfect job. Okay, so you see here when we are using a comma before conjunctions, and we have already learned about the conjunctions. I hope you all know about it. So, and these are the examples that I've given here. And, but, or, so. I mean, there are so many conjunctions. So, I often wondered If my hard work in college was worth the effort, but if we are using but in a sentence, we are first putting the comma. Okay, but means conjunction. And then I graduated and landed the perfect job. The dog would bark at the wind or he would howl at the moon. We are using or and we are using comma before or. The student would complete her assignments early in the week and then she would review them later to correct errors. So I'm dividing this teacher. I'm sorry, I was reading Farzana's comment. My teacher who loves reading mystery novels started a book club. Okay, I think this is a really good sentence. I wanted to go for a walk, but okay, that's really good. Second sentence is really nice, Farzana. I wanted to go for a walk, but it started raining. That's really very good. I'll give you extra mark for that. Don't worry. And those who are not attending, they don't know how precious this session is because I'm going to give you in it would reflect in your final exams. I'm not saying that those who are not attending and doing their work will have any consequences, but those who are attending will have extra benefits, obviously. My English teacher, who always encourages me, is very inspiring. Eleanor, very good. Okay, let's start. Important rule, both parts must be complete sentences, have a subject and verb. If the second part is not complete sentence, don't use a comma. Okay, please be careful. Both part must be complete sentence. Where you're using your conjunctions or commas, make sure that those two parts are complete sentence. Okay. So, Eleanor, I want you to correct here. My English teacher, who always encourages me, is very inspiring. So, your first comma is correct. Your second comma is not necessary here because your like first sentence is complete. My English teacher. That's okay. Who always encourages me is very inspiring. That's also complete. Who always encourages me, but is very inspiring is not very complete sentence. So try to avoid use comma here. Okay. So wrong. I want to study computers because they can help solve global problems. So here you can see right one is I want to study computers because they can help solve global problem. So here you can see the difference because one one sentence is dependent on other and one sentence is completing other, and these two sentences are not independent. They're completing each other. That means that you're not using commas in between them. Okay, but if they're individual sentences and making sense, like completing meaning of this sentence, like individual, you can use comma before that. Because if you're using because, that means you're giving your reason here and it is not a complete sentence. You're using two sentences to make it complete. There are no two sentences who are they making individual sense. I want to study computers because they can help solve global problem. Okay, I want to study computers are correct, but second one is incomplete. It's not making sense individually, so you're not using this one. Okay, I love rainy days and I always listen to music when it pours. Very good, Anilor. This is good example. Thank you. Next one is rule number 4, items in a series. Use comma to separate 3 or more items in a list. So I often buy bananas, apples, and grapes. when I go to the store. This is the easiest rule we all know, that when we are separating three, four, five items, we use with the help of comma. Okay. He is the most selfish, mean, and unforgiving person I have ever met. So, this is the example that we are describing a person with his quality, and we are separating with commas. Next is he is the most selfish, mean. Okay, sorry. During the past week, I visited my uncle, cleaned my house, and finished my assignments. So here you see differences. Here you see like how you are separating your items with the help of comma, and in the last set of item you're using and. So when I went to the automotive garage and mechanics changed my oil, adjusted my brakes, and rotated my tires. This is the set of examples, set of items that we are separating with the help of commas. I hope you know that. And I'm sure this is the easiest example that we used in our daily life. So note about the Oxford comma, the comma before end in the list called the Oxford and serial comma. Okay, Farzana is saying we packed sandwiches, juice boxes, and cookies for the picnic. Very good, Farzana. I'm so proud of you. You are participating with full enthusiasm, and I'm so happy for you. And so this is like running comma. We call it serial comma. Is used in academic writing. Always include it. Always use comma before end in a set of series. Okay. Note note about the Oxford. Sorry. Examples: red, white, and blue. Not red, white, and blue. Use comma before end, like here. Red, white, and blue. Okay. Next is common practice exercise. Ed, I'm giving you these four sentences where you can use comma. Just quickly, you have 5 minutes. You all have, I'm sure 5 minutes are more than enough. Try to practice these sentences and see where you can use commas. Okay. First example is when I finish my homework, I will watch a movie. My sister who lives in Canada is visiting next week. I need to buy milk, bread, and cheese. The students studied hard for the exams and they all passed. Eleanor gave example. My favorite songs are Jupiter by Flowerface, Saturn by Sleeping at Last, and Celestial by Ed Sheeran. Very good, Eleanor. So, Farzana started this practice exercise. When I finish my homework, I will watch a movie. Okay, very good. Someone like all the students are here. Please practice these four sentences and write down here so I can see you all have understood, or I should repeat the concept, all the rules, all four rules related to comma. First is when I finish my homework, I will watch a movie. Second is my sister who lives in Canada is visiting next week. I need to buy milk, eggs. This is the easiest one. Next is the student studied hard for the exams and they all pass. Please try to write all the sentences. Second one is my sister who lives in Canada is visiting next week. I think Farzana, you forgot that I told you if the sentence is not making sense, you will not use comma. So right answer would be my sister who lives in Canada, comma, is visiting next week. I needed to buy milk, egg, eggs, bread, and cheese. Very good. Very good, Farzana and Eleanor. I'll show you all the answers. These are the answers, but I want you to attempt these questions. Two more questions. One more question left. The students studied hard for the exams, and they all passed. Come on, try to attempt all that fourth question also. Very good. Very good, Farzana Eleanor. Very good. Let's see your answers. Check your answers. I'm sure you have done a great job. Very good. Very nice. Let's move editing your writing. Star of the show, editing your writing. This is most important of this week. What is editing? Editing is the process of revising your paper to improve it. This includes fixing grammar errors, rewriting incomplete sentences, improving the flow of your writing, checking spelling and punctuation, making sure your ideas are clear. So, what is editing? Editing is the process of revising your paper to improve it. This includes fixing, when we are fixing our grammar errors, that's how we also call it uh, editing, rewriting incomplete sentences, improving the flow of your writing, checking spellings and punctuations, making sure your ideas are clear. But when you are editing, when you're fixing your grammar, when you're fixing your sentences, when you are improving your writing, when you're checking punctuations and making sure your ideas are clear, we like, even if you're putting a comma, you are editing it. Okay, simple as that. You are paraphrasing it, you are working on your ideas, you are editing it. Basically, if a set of original writing of a paragraph and then you are rewriting it, that this is also called editing. Okay, so important truth, no one writes a perfect first draft. This is the harsh truth. Even professional authors revise their work many times. Editing is not sign of weakness, it's a sign of being a good writer. So basically, this is a concept, pre-concept, I would say, that wrong perception. When you're writing and you are editing your stuff, you are a weak writer. Absolutely not. Editing is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of being a good writer. So benefit of editing, that it is really beneficial when you are editing your stuff and you are proofreading your writing. You can improve your reading skills, you can strengthen your writing. It can help you uh, catch mistakes. It can also make your arguments clearer. Okay, so like, improve your reading skills, it strengthens your writing, helps you catch mistakes, makes your argument clearer. These are the benefits of editing. And you should know when you write something, like if you have written a set of paragraphs or you're working on your paper, you are like, you should not think like that you have completed your work, you are a good writer, and when someone find any mistakes, then you get disheartened. No, because no one's perfect. Everyone, like good authors, also make mistakes, because it is a set of ideas that he's throwing on paper. Now you can tell that there's some punctuation, there's some grammar errors, and it is okay. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to correct yourself. Okay, when you see your mistakes, okay, and accept it. So set yourself for success. Take a break from your writing. It's hard to catch mistakes when you have been staring at the same text for hours. Take a break. Like if I'm writing something for hours and I'm seeing it, I'm okay. This draft is very perfect and I could not make any mistakes. That's not true. Give yourself time and take a break and revise it, like read it again, and you'll able to see that you have to um fix your writing. Like wait a least few hours or overnight before editing. This gives you a fresh eyes. That's true. That's like in your mind, it's a human nature. If you're writing something and you are seeing that is a perfect draft, and when someone sees it, and when you see it next week, like next day, you can easily see it, like, yeah, these are the mistakes that I've made in my writing. Okay, find a quiet space. You need to focus when editing. Find a place with good lighting, few distractions, comfortable seating. Gather your tools like grammar guide, APS style guide, dictionary, your assignment rubric. Okay, I'm going to tell you this honestly. When you write something, so you'll need some help, like from dictionary, from your grammar tool. You can fix your grammar, you can fix your punctuations, you can fix your vocabulary, and you can also fix anything, because when you're thinking about it, it is very original thinking. It will, you'll have to find some thoughts, like find some words for it. So you're going to required of, you know, good dictionary, so you can find synonyms, like good words for your writing. So there is no harm in it if you're taking help. So it should be really quiet place, good lighting, few distractions, comfortable seating. So, and also you have grammar guide, APA style writing, dictionary, and your assignment rubric. Next is the editing process. Edit in stages. Don't try to fix everything at once. When you're editing, you please don't try to fix it at like once, because you're not able to fix it. That's impossible. When you're writing, give yourself some time. Okay, give yourself that you can write it and you can fix it next day or like a week later, like 2 days and 3 days. That's okay. That's completely fine. Stage one is content, big picture. Did I answer all parts of the assignments? Here we are talking about assignments. I was talking about the general writing before, but now I'm talking about your assignments, how you can do it. So, content, stage one is content. Did I answer all parts of the assignments? Do I have a clear thesis statements? Do my paragraphs support my thesis? Is my arguments logical or clear? Stage 2, structure organization. Do I have an introduction, body, and conclusion? Does each paragraph have a topic sentence? Do my paragraphs connect to each other? Did I use transitions effectively? Third is style, sentence level. Like, are my sentences clear and complete? Do I repeat words too much? Is my writing concise or worldly? So, these are the three stages you need to follow in your assignment. Like, first is content. What is it all about? Have I answered all part of the assignments? Do I have a clear thesis statements? Do my paragraph support my thesis? Is it related or not? Like the all the topic is the topic and the content is related, isn't or not? My argument logical or clear? And the structure, like introduction, body, and conclusion. This is the basic. structure of like paragraph. Does each paragraph have a topic sentence? Do my paragraph connect to each other? Did I use transition effectively? These are the things you need to keep in your mind when when you are editing your writing. Okay. Next is editing checklist stage 4. Okay, there are two or more stages. Sorry. So like these three is like content, structure, and style, and grammar and spelling. Fifth is references. So um, after style, you will see grammar and spellings. Check spellings of all words. Verify comma uses. Check subject verb agreement. Review verb sentences. Check capitalization. You need to see everything when you're editing, honestly. Like if you are, I know this is like some kind of professional writing stages that I'm giving you editing checklist, but if you'll check like context, then structure of paragraph, then spellings and grammar and the references that you have mentioning in your writing, do all outside sources have a text citations? Is there a reference list at the end? Are all citation in APA format? Do in-text citation match the reference list? These are the reference list. Reference lists are important. If you're applying it, if it is applicable, mention it. Okay. Pro tip: edit each state separately. Don't try to check everything at once. You will miss things. That's why I divided it in stages, like in 5 stages. So try to use like one stage at once. If you are uh, if you are seeing the content big picture, then try to look at it once, not everything together, right? So next is powerful editing strategies. These are the powerful strategies that I have written for you. Read your paper aloud, like out loud, so you can hear your words, like what you're saying. You can hear yourself first. Hearing your words help you catch awkward phrases and missing words. Your ears catch things your eyes miss. That's true, and that's really catchy line. Your ear catch things your eyes miss. Like you can hear it. If you're not able to see your mistake, you can just hear it. You will see like something is not right, something is not sounding right. You can easily catch it. You don't know yet, but you can listen to it and see if you can fix it, right? Read backwards, start at the last sentence and read to the first. This forces you to focus on each sentence individually rather than getting caught up in the content. This is a nice strategy. Please try once. If see if it it will help you or not. Print your paper. Editing on paper can help you see errors you miss on screen. Use a different colored pen to make corrections. So when you are highlighting your mistakes, please try to use different colors. And also you can use and you can find your mistakes on paper easily rather than on online. Like you're reading something and you're looking like it's correct, that's okay. But when you're just reading like between the sentences on paper, you can correct it easily. Print your paper. Editing on paper can help you see errors you miss on screen. Okay, I've covered it. Why I'm repeating myself? Sorry. Know your patterns. Do you always forget commas? Mix up they are. Make a list of your common errors and check specifically for those. It is a common mistake, like we are using like same sounding words in different context, and you see yourself that I'm frequently using these words again and again and again, and how can I fix it? So write it down clearly. Write it down. Use a friend. Ask yourself. Ask someone help to read your paper and give feedback. Fresh eyes catch new things. That's true. If when I write my research paper, I always ask my partner to read it, because he can tell me honest mistakes of mine which I am not able to see it, right? So he can tell you that it is not, I don't know the reason, I don't know the sound of it, but I know it is wrong. You can fix it. Correct. So ask your friend to help you. Editing examples, I've given this example for you. Before editing, I'm going to read 10 books this year, but I'm not going to read my comic books. In this article, Smith writes, novel and comic books are both useful reading. I disagree with this statement. I think get more out of out of novels than I do out of comic books. Let's see the correct version. After editing, I am going to read 10 books this year, say, comma, but I'm not, because I've told you we use comma before conjunctions. But I'm not going to read my comic books. In his article, Smith writes, novel and comic books are both useful reading. Here's the reference where it took it. Okay. However, I disagree with his statement, with his statements, like not statements, because it is a statement only. I think I get more out of the novel than I do out of comic books. This is the correct thing. You will see there's some minute corrections we needed in this two lines, but they are important. It is more organized. Why? What was fixed? Capitalize I. This is the same. Like this is the basic mistake. I am going to. If you're writing, you are starting with the capital letter. Basic concept from your school life. If you're writing a sentence, start with the capital letter. We all have heard it from our teachers, like multiple millions time. So, but this is so basic, we always forget it. I'm sure you'll be agree with me. So, capitalize I, added comma before but, added APA citation. This is APA citation here. Change statements to statement, removed extra space before period. So here you can see, I think there is extra space before full stop. Here you can see books. Can you see it here? There is an extra space before period. Period is this full stop. There is extra space. You see, these are the basic, like so small mistakes we need to fix it when we are writing. Okay, and added transition words, however. Okay, so these are the mistakes. You all are familiar with the transition words. You are all are familiar with the space and the APA citation we need to use and the capital letter we use. This is only a small example. You'll have to write long set of paragraphs and edit it. Next is discussion assignment. We're going to talk about discussion assignment. The danger of a single story. The danger of a single story written by Adichie. And what do you need to do? Write a minimum of 75 words that includes one sentence summarization, the author's main point in the danger of a single story, 2 or 3 sentences describing your experiences with single stories. When I started this story about this story, the danger of a single story, I told you that you also share your experience with the stereotype, your cultural differences, how you see things. Like you have been seeing that one stereotype has been following in your family, in your neighborhood, in your country, and you are still believing it without knowing the fact, without knowing different perspective. So you can tell me here also, but this is
your discussion assignment, that you need to follow your you need to describe your experiences with single story. You need to relate that event with Adichie's The Danger of a Single Story. And the question to address, what all the question that you need to address in your discussion assignment is, what does the writer mean by a single story? How have single stories impacted your life? Why is it important to recognize the danger in a single story? How can you overcome the single story you have about someone or something? These are the questions. Basically, you'll have to come out with a solution. You're writing, you're reading a problem, then you'll have to tell the solution. What is the meaning of a single story? How have single stories impacted your life? Why is it important to recognize the danger in a single story? And how can you overcome the single story can have about someone or something? Basically, you read the story, you relate to your life, and come out with the solution. You'll have to discuss with your peer, and you have to review it, and also discuss with them, and appreciate them about their stories. So review the comma presentation and proofread your submission for correctness before posting. Make sure what you're posting, what you're discussing, you read it twice, thrice, because you are sharing your personal experience. It can affect others' life, or it can just go, it can influence their life for a good or for a bad. So make sure you what you're writing, you're using correct words, you're sharing good example, okay, positive examples. That's how you can break that stereotype. Next is responding to peers. You all are familiar, we are in 6th week, and you all know that you all have to respond to a peers. So discussion response requirement. You must respond to 3 classmates. Each response should be 100 plus words. 3 4 complete sentences. These are the requirements that you need to follow when you are replying 3 or 4 peers. So good response includes comments on their ideas, question to deepen the discussion, connection to your own experience, constructive feedback on the examples. So it should not be only good, it should be constructive. What are the require, you need to improve yourself, or how you can relate to it, and how um, you can also ask some questions to deepen the discussion. Okay, example. I've given the example here. Thank you for sharing your example with singer stories about your home country. I found it interesting that you mentioned how TV shows create stereotypes. This connects to my own experience when I moved to a new city. People had a single story about where I came from, based on movies they have seen. How do you think we can challenge these stereotypes when we encounter them in our daily lives? Your point about seeking multiple perspective really resonated with me. So here you are appreciating it, questioning it, and also giving constructive feedback. Okay, you need to follow these, that you are commenting, questioning, also you are sharing your experience, and also constructive feedback. Got it? So next is peer assessment, reviewing week 5 written assignments. What is peer assessment? You will read and evaluate. You all know, I'm just revising your memory. So if you have any problem in understanding, I'm just telling you. You will read and evaluate your classmates, compare contrast essays from week 5. This helps you learn by seeing other writing examples and participating and practicing giving constructive feedback. So what to evaluate? Is there a compare contrast essay? Explain in 1 to 2 sentences. Does it have introduction, body paragraph, and conclusion? Is there a clear thesis statements? Identify it. Are sentences incomplete or complete? Is the work original or cited properly? Are there spelling grammar errors to note? You'll have to check if it is original or they have copied from somewhere and it is cited properly or not. Ratings 0 to 10 scale. Give a give a grade from 0 unsatisfactory and to 10 excellent. Be fair and constructive. Make sure you're honest. You're giving good feedback and it should be constructive. There should not be any favorism. Okay. So next is learning journal, reflecting on editing strategies. Assignment requirements: write at least 75 words, minimum 3 sentences, reflecting on editing presentation. So question to answers: what are the questions? Basically you will have to write 75 words, minimum 3 sentences. And question to answers: what editing strategy do you think will be most useful for your writing style? How are these strategies different from editing strategies you have used in the past? Are any of these strategies new to you? You have to answer these questions. You can take screenshot also. Okay. Okay. So Eleanor is asking, may I know the meaning of overriding peer assessments? Because I have one remark of that. Okay. So can you tell me the full remark, Eleanor? You can just paste it here. I can tell you. I can tell you that specific meaning, but I want to see the context. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so these are the questions that you need to answer in your learning journal. And examples response. Here you can see the strategy I found most helpful was reading my paper aloud. In the past, I would just read silently and miss many errors. Reading aloud helps me hear awkward sentences and missing words. The idea of editing in stage is new to me. I usually try to fix everything at once. I plan to use the checklist to edit my content first, then structure, then grammar. This will help me more systematic in my editing process. You can read this example and you can apply for in your learning journal. So Farzana is asking, my question is for the last week's written assignments. Okay, please ask Farzana. What's your question? Eleanor, I don't have anything but just overriding peer assessment besides my submission grade. Okay. Is this given by me, Eleanor? Ma'am, where can we see those essays? I did not see them in week 6. My question is for the last week's written assignment. Okay, you are asking about week 5, about your written assignments. You can, when you will open your portal, if you're not seeing anything, please try to refresh it. Okay, if you will try to refresh it, you can see. So you are not able to complete it.
Hello. Okay, I completed all assignments from week 5, but I did not see this peer review assignment. Farzana, peer review assignment is in the discussion forum where you are reviewing your peers. Like you'll see there's a score. You will have to grade them on the basis of their writing, and you are uh, reviewing them in discussion forum. It is peer review assignments. And Eleanor was asking, overriding peer assessment is this, that the computer and someone like me or someone has already given the grade and you are overriding it. Overriding peer assessment means that someone who has already assessed that particular person and you are assessing it again, that means you're overriding it. You got it, Eleanor? Okay. So example, you can take screenshot or anything. You'll it will help you with your learning journal. Okay, that's okay, Eleanor. We will we will now see next what we have. Additional assignments is vocabulary word search. Complete the word search puzzle using this week's vocabulary words. This helps reinforce spelling and recognition. Dictation exercise. This is dictation exercise. Listen to a passage and write down what you hear. This practices listening skills and spellings. Listen multiple times, write what you hear, check your spellings and punctuations. So, these are the additional assignments I'm going to share with you. And here you can see self quiz. This is your self quiz. The self quiz helps you review the week's lessons, and identify areas where you need more study. It's not graded, it's for your benefit. It's not graded. It's only for you to check your knowledge where you stand, what you have learned so far. Okay? So how it works, take a quiz as many times as you want, review your answers, study areas where you made mistakes, take it again until you feel confident. And study strategies would be, take the self quiz once without reviewing material, note which questions you missed, review those topics in the learning guides, take the quiz again, repeat until you score well consistently. So this is the chance for you to self quiz and see where you made mistakes and where you can improve yourself and what you have learned so far. So this is the benefit of the self quiz. It is not graded, it is not for anyone, it is for yourself, for your knowledge and for your improvement. Okay? Next is this is the important questions. Important information is, quiz detail is 10 questions, multiple choices and true and false. Worth is 10 point each, 100 point total. Time limit 30 minutes. This all information is given in your learning guide. You can go and check there. And I'm going to share this whole PPT because there is a checklist what we have completed in six week and what you need to complete in the 6 week. And also this is also checklist. There's some success step in this PPT and the common mistakes to avoid. We have already covered this, and these questions are important. So take a look and try to test your understanding here. I have 8 students here, and I'm sure you all can do it. Take screenshot and send it to me on student portal where you can text me. Here are the 5 questions. What is the single story according to Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie? Which comma rules applies to this sentence? After finishing my homework, I went to bed.
What is the first stage of editing and why should you edit in stage? True and false. You should always use a comma before conjunction like and or but. Name three editing strategies from this week's presentation. So try to answer these five questions. Take screenshot because I'm going to share the link on my video, this YouTube description. Try to go and check there. I'm going to end this class because we have discussed everything in this. There are more answers for it and some dedications here. So we have covered everything for 6 weeks, and I'm sure you all enjoyed it thoroughly. You all have understood about it, and thank you so much for joining me today. And take care of yourself. Study hard. Ask if you have any doubt. Take care of your body also, your mind, and think positive. Think positive about everyone, everything, and you'll get success one day. I hope you all the best for everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.